Hey, it's Chris, and today we're going to talk about what happens at closing. So normally we want to show up 5 to 10 minutes early, and we do this so that we can understand where the bathrooms are, maybe get a refreshment, but we also want to start on time. See, a lot of these closings are scheduled out 20, 30, 40 days in advance, and we want to make sure that everything goes off without a hitch for your settlement, but also the one behind us. Now, you're going to want to bring your cashier's check, and I stress that, cashier's check, and the amount identified on the closing disclosure that you acknowledged from the lender 3 days earlier. You're going to want to bring your regular checkbook as well, in case the title company needs to wire monies back to you or collect additional funds that fall under $1,000. If your preference is to wire the funds, you're going to want to verify the amount needed to close with your lender, and you're going to want to talk with the title company processor to get the wire information. We're never going to request anything via email for you for wire instructions. There's just too much fraud and phishing schemes out there. Now, there is a difference between a wire and an ACH, and we do not want to do an ACH. We want a wire. Bring 2 forms of identification with you, a driver's license with a picture being one of them, or a passport. Now, once we get into it, sometimes we're going to be closing with the seller and sometimes we won't. And we find that people, they're traveling these days and have demanding work schedules. Normally we start by reviewing the closing disclosure that the lender had sent you ahead of time to make sure that you understand the document and the numbers itself. We're also going to review an ALTA statement, which is the detailed version of the closing disclosure. And the settlement is going to review title insurance and the importance of that as well. We're going to look at the deed to make sure that it's done well and that everything is done correctly, because this is the instrument that actually transfers ownership to you and will be filed and recorded with the county or city. Now, if we're closing with the seller present, at this point they normally leave. The remaining time spent in the closing meeting will be focused on the documents that your lender has provided, and there's going to be a need of plenty of endorsements on these documents. And after we've completed all those endorsements, you're now going to be the proud owner of that home. So the settlement company will record the sale with the municipality or the county. They usually do it within 48 hours. Sometimes it's electronic and sometimes it's done in person. And at that point, funds will be dispersed. I mention this as sometimes we have several transactions that are dependent on one another. And if this is going to be the case for you, we will discuss the best strategy ahead of time. And it's really not in this video, as every one of those scenarios is a little different. Now, if you've got any questions, all you're going to do is reach out to me. I'm at 571-228-4159. Thanks, and have a great day.